Yo, what's up, Capers? This is Chris, the film school dropout with Capes Eat Free. And yeah, I'm here with a new segment called Been at the Movies. It's a movie review segment. We'll see if the name sticks. Yeah, there's no Martin, the thought junkie, or Chad, the resident movie nerd, here with me right now. They didn't go see the movie with me, but don't worry, you're going to hear us on the next podcast all together. Capes Eat Free is back. But don't even worry, today I got a special guest with me. We're going to be chopping it up. But first, I want to do a shout out to our new sponsor, Neat Microphones. Don't I sound good? Hell yeah, that's right. It's because I'm talking to you on the new Neat Microphones. I'm recording right now off the Worker Bee model. It's a nice, compact, small, yellow, black, looks like a bee. You should go check them out. Go check out their IG page at Neat Microphones. They are a dope podcast microphone. So if you want to sound good, check them out. Otherwise, it's your own damn fault. So let's kick this off. Movie review, Birds of Prey. Been at the movies with Birds of Prey. And I'm here with Adam.
No, we're not using my name.
We don't.
That's the one thing we're not
okay,
doing.
We're here with Anonymous, and he has yet to have a code name, so now he's Anonymous, and we just got out of Birds of Prey.
It will remain a mystery, my identity, until my identity is revealed. That's the plan.
So I'm the only person who knows, and you will have to Batman beat it out of me.
Yeah.
Actually, you can Robin beat it out of me.
Or if you
ask nicely,
Birds of Prey. All you have to do is a couple sweet bribes, let Chris open up his own restaurant, and you can have all the information you want.
I'm easy. So, yes, we just got done watching Birds of Prey, which I was really excited for because coming out of Suicide Squad, having Harley Quinn have her own movie, and actually being produced by, Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn. She produced the movie. Her company produced the movie. So to me, I'm like, she took on this character that I felt that she loved.
Yes, it felt like, well, to me, it kind of felt like they were, and Warner DC has kind of been doing this. It's almost like they're cannibalizing the things that have worked at all.
Yeah. And
giving them their own franchise. That's what it felt like.
And see, I mean, I know when this got started, when they started doing it, the DCEU was still intact.
Right.
Right now, they're all over the place deciding what they're doing with each of the properties. But this started out that way, and that's why it's still connected to the Joker, to Batman. It's still connected to that.
It was just so weird to watch a movie connected to Jared Leto's Joker after just watching Joaquin Phoenix accept an Academy Award for his portrayal. That was very odd for me. Because it was... Do you know what I mean? It was weird.
Yeah, and in the movie, there was this drawing. She had a drawing of the Joker where she kind of threw knives at because they broke up.
Spoiler
alert, but not a big one. That's in the trailer. There's a drawing of him on the wall, and it's drew like Jared Leto's Joker. Right. Kind of like, it's drew like Jared Leto's Joker. But to me, we've already established a whole new Joker with Joaquin Phoenix and
an Academy Award-winning Joker.
Yes.
By the way, this is a Joker that I'm not gonna look. The creative process, the making of a movie, is such a complex thing with so many moving parts. It's too easy to blame an actor for the final product because it's not all on the actor. There's editing, there's post-production, there's so many things that go into it. I'm not gonna bash on Jared Leto.
Yeah.
That said, I did. There's been 3 actors that have portrayed the Joker in the last, 10 years? 2 of them have won Academy Awards, dude. One of them had most of his performance cut out of the movie.
And that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and actually, if I guess you can't quote me on it, but I believe Nicholson, who played the Joker back then on the first Batman, I mean, he was very critically acclaimed as a Joker.
Yeah.
He didn't win anything. But was he
nominated?
Was he nominated? We'll have to look that up.
I gotta say, like, in the pantheon of, social advancements we're making as far as nominees go, back in Nicholson's day, I'm not sure that anyone in a comic book movie could be considered seriously for an Academy Award. My dad would. I remember when my parents brought home Batman on DVD, it was the thing that my dad said about the movie was it'll be like he wanted to watch Nicholson's performance, and Nicholson's performance definitely laid the groundwork for the modern Joker. Definitely Heath Ledger's, maybe more than Joaquin Phoenix's.
Yeah.
But definitely Heath Ledger's.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Joaquin Phoenix is brand new. Is not laying down anything. He's actually going off of... But he did create... I feel like Joaquin Phoenix has created a whole new paradigm for the Joker. Because, I mean, his origin story, which we've kind of got a taste of it, but this is his real, true origin story. But that's not in DCEU canon, technically.
What's so interesting to me is it's not like Jared Leto didn't bring something new.
No, it's just true. I mean,
he did. Like, it just didn't fire.
To me, Jared Leto's Joker had a resemblance to the cartoon Joker, Mark Hamill's Joker. There's a resemblance there, except for the fact that if you watch the movie, Jared Leto barely laughs. He's a Joker.
Right, he kind of had that.
Laughs.
Yeah.
You watch the trailer and then you see all the laugh scenes he has. All the other times, he's just maniacal. It's a play on that Joker, except for the fact he never laughs.
He doesn't laugh. He just has that sort of not laugh where he puts the smile on a tattoo over his... He doesn't even really smile. He just,
What kind of Joker is that? It's a
the
joke
kind
to
of
think that's a
Joker
Joker.
that would date the kind of Harley Quinn that just got her own movie.
I get.
I'm really having a hard time because, we watched it with another friend who's not here, and he asked me what I would give it score-wise, grade-wise.
Oh,
he said, and he will remain unnamed, he said D-. I get the hesitation to give it a full-blown F, because it doesn't deserve that.
Yes.
But dude, it isn't... I don't understand the Rotten Tomato ranking.
Yes, right now it's ranked. Right now it's ranked at 80%.
80%.
80%, and the audience score is 81. So people actually liked it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I see the allure because there's like fun parts. But there's fun parts. There's funny
Give
parts.
me an
there's
example
cool,
of one, just because I'm having a hard time.
Well, the thing is, if you're if you're into the character of Harley Quinn, I think she does a decent portrayal of the character.
Yes.
And I just getting into the movie, I just feel she does a decent portrayal of the character. Just the entire movie story is thin. There's these fun, cute scenes of like her interacting with. I liked how she kind of told her story, kind of narrated a little bit because it felt very Harley Quinnish. Like how she breaks up with the Joker. Mr. J. Breaks up with Mr. J.
that voice. Mr. J's not interested in me anymore. It just, dude, I don't know.
No, that's Harley Quinn. That to me, that's Harley Quinn.
The voice, sure,
she's annoying as she should. I mean, the character obviously should have been killed off in the comics because she's just annoying. Batman should have just broke his rule and took her out. But, hey, Batman never dated her, I don't believe. So, it's fine. I feel like it's a great portrayal of the actual character. Like her, I think Margot Robbie's portrayal of her, it does seem
That's
authentic.
Interesting. I don't know if I disagree with that. I think the problem I'm having is, I was listening to this podcast where Shane Black was talking about...
You'll listen to another podcast? I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. We're very podcast friendly. Being podcast.
Podcast fluid. Dude, I was listening to this other podcast where Shane Black was talking about his problem with sequels and his difficulty in writing sequels, and he was saying essentially that for him, you write the one movie and you're basically saying that this is the most important day in this person's life. This is the most interesting, important day. Watch the movie of it. When you make a sequel, you're kind of saying, well, yeah, that happened. That was the most important thing. And this happened. And watching Harley Quinn, it's such a I think, I'm not going to disagree with you that her performance is good. I'm a huge Margot Robbie fan. But I do think that's the story. Like, do you know what I mean?
I have a problem with the story. Yes, I have a big problem with the story.
Just that it's not really worth telling. What does it advance? What do we get from it?
Yeah, I mean, it's technically kind of a heist.
I mean, spoiler alert, you're essentially spending 2/3 of that movie waiting for someone seriously to poop out a diamond.
That's the spoiler alert. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I won't say who, but somebody swallowed a diamond.
So while you're watching this, you're just slowly watching a poop come out. Anyway,
No, so there's seriously like there's a lot of time. They actually take time in the movie to go to the grocery store to get the prune juice and laxatives necessary. And this is the most in the entirety of her life and career as a criminal. This is the most important, best story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, to me, it's how they set up is the first. The story is kind of set the first post story. After she breaks up with Mr. J, after she breaks up with Joker.
Mr. J, of course, the Joker.
Yeah, and her emancipation. Yes, like that comes off in the setup. So, and that to me, all right, that part's good. I was into it a little bit. I was like, all right, I'm running along. You pass the setup, but then after that, we got this thin story of chasing some diamond. That just happened. Happened. Honestly, the whole thing just happened by happenstance. By this, I'm not trying to spoil too much, but it's just like all of a sudden one character winds up with this thing and everyone's chasing it, and then that's the story. And everyone and then these birds of prey come together
in the loosest way possible.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Kind of as by the way, it was an epilogue that happened.
Yes. I mean, and then I do like the one thing I do also like about it is the technique of how she told the backstory, her narrating it. I can see how people can go back and forth with it, but I felt in the very Harley Quinn character.
Deadpool enthusiasts will cry foul. They'll accuse the movie of borrowing from that playbook. Whatever.
I will say that too, yeah, but it's not like Deadpool came up with it first. But
that's also true.
But I do give that. I do agree with that because it's it's in the superhero genre, so you're gonna you could see the similarities where it could be stolen from. So I'll give you that. But I just felt like it was very Harley Quinn-ish as far as the character is concerned. How she was just telling her mind goes all, and she starts telling part of a story, and she's wait a second, but this is how it happened. Oh wait, okay, well this is what I meant. So I have to set it up like this because it kind of felt like this kind of like you kind of in the mind of a crazy person just starts telling the story, then has to go back and explain this part. So I got that at the beginning. So I like that technique, but the story that she told was
that's address an elephant in the room, man. That I'm not hearing anywhere else, but dude, it's there. Marriage Story is a story about a couple breaking up.
Yes.
They don't just have the wife there with her friends clowning around. The husband's there too. Like, this is the emancipation of Harley Quinn, and Joker, Jared Leto's Joker is nowhere to be seen, dude.
No, the drawing of him does look like him, but it doesn't really look like Jared Leto. It just looks like that depiction of the Joker.
They can't get him to...
Well...
Or they don't want him
That's true. I don't know, because the thing is, like I said, this came out post Joker, even though it kind of started being developed pre-Joker. Joaquin Phoenix Joker. So, popping Jared Leto in after we are already seeing a new Joker on the screen could confuse audiences, is what they could have thought. Producers could have thought that. Therefore, not wanting to put Jared Leto in there.
It reads weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, throw him a cameo. Even Affleck shows up in Suicide Squad for a hot second.
Oh, yeah. So is a Flash.
Yeah. Throw Leto a bone. Like,
I was looking for it. I was hoping.
I half suspected it would happen, too. It's another spoiler that it does not happen.
Actually, the movie's called Birds of Prey. And, I mean, when you originally watched the trailer...
It's not just called Birds of Prey. I think it's basically 3 titles, right?
Oh, yeah, no. If you
Birds of Prey...
And,
The Emancipation...
of the one said Harley Quinn, I believe.
Something like that.
Yes.
Oh
And I mean, if you watch the trailer, it feels like it's a Harley Quinn movie because it's all Margot Robbie, which she's great. Anyway,
Margot Robbie, you are great.
Yeah.
That needs to be.
Yes, come talk with us, please.
Ewan
Margot
McGregor,
Robbie.
you're great too. But we need to talk
We need
about
to
what happened in this movie. Yeah.
You're great in general.
I just need to know what happened.
No,
Because
the setup of every other character in this movie, which is the problem, is like it's so thin. The Huntress, you see her backstory. Her backstory, I think, is the most set up, but it's still thin. The Huntress, Helena Bentinelli, I think that character.
Good, Chris. Man, I gotta give you props, man. Your comic knowledge is impressive.
Well, thank you. I pay attention. All right, that's right.
You guys should listen to him talk about the Hulk and the whole history of Hulk and Abomination and how you know all that boggles my mind.
Well, if you haven't listened to it, go back. We have a podcast episode on the Incredible Hulk. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do you really get into do you flex your knowledge on it, or?
Oh yeah. I know more. Well, Ryan the Collector knows probably more just from the comic standpoint because he's deep in the comics. But yes, I do know.
Yeah, actually, I will second that. If you can find that, go listen to that because Chris's knowledge of the Hulk is impressive. I just know Bruce Banner, Gamma, Hulk.
Gamma Green Hulk.
Yeah, Anger, Hulk.
No, back to Birds of Prey. The Huntress character, she's developed a little bit, but barely. The other characters, Rosie Perez's character, what's her name? Montoya.
That's every female police officer's last name.
Yes.
Montoya.
Yes,
Give me
Montoya.
Montoya.
And yeah, they say her backstory real quick. I mean, Harley Quinn says it, so it's said in her voice, so you might have missed it. But they say her backstory real quick, and then she's just there, and then she breaks every rule as a cop, and then I don't know, decides to let criminals go and join them, but then turn.
Actually, I did like that moment. I did like the part where Harley Quinn's talking about how the only time that a cop ever really gets anything done is after they've turned in their badge again. That was pretty funny. That bit. That worked.
Yeah, I mean, I think Harley Quinn had some fun lines in there. Black Canary, which to me, they botched Black Canary, because she Dinah Lance, she played by Jesse's sister, Journey Smollett. Probably shouldn't have. Well, we'll give her own identity. We'll give Journey Smollett Bell. Black Canary. She's an actual cage fighter that has a meta ability to project her voice and use it as a weapon.
Yes,
she's pretty much sonic waves through her voice. Yeah, that's not explored or explained in this movie whatsoever at all. I mean, we see that she can fight. We don't know why. We see that she has a voice. We don't know why. They don't explain it all. There was so many missed opportunities, I believe, with establishing a Black Canary character.
Let me ask you this. If you're going to make Suicide Squad, they jettison from Suicide Squad, they make a Harley Quinn standalone movie. What standalone movie would you make from the cast of characters in this Birds of Prey movie? What piece would you want to keep? Do you know what I'm saying?
Why? Who
you've come to the studio. They're like, Chris, we want you to take some part of this and run with it. What part do you want?
Ooh. That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
See, I would say
Harley Quinn's out.
Okay. The thing is, I think you can have a good Huntress movie and you can have a good Black Canary movie. I would probably go with the Huntress. I wouldn't go with this actress's Huntress. Mary, I think is it Mary Winstead? Mary Elizabeth Winstead? I believe that's her.
Do you want me to look it up?
Look it up just so you know I'm not talking about her and that's a different character. But I believe that's her. I would go with her because
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Way to go, dude.
Yeah.
Gosh. Listen to that Hulk podcast, I'm telling you.
I believe that that character it's kind of like spawn. It's kind of like a female Bruce Wayne-ish, like her origin, but it goes awry because she's full on vigilante and she'll kill people.
Right.
To get her revenge for her parents' death. So, but the actual comic book story, and she's kind of like good, but then a little bad and good, sort of like the Punisher in Marvel. Like that's kind of her backstory. So I believe there's a lot there you could actually delve into, which they didn't delve into anything. They just said, "Yo, this is her name." And they barely said that, but
they used it for a joke that was just flat.
Yeah.
The crossbow killer, I think.
Yeah, and it was like, that's a cool thing if it was like, in the first 5 minutes.
A joke that if it ever got a laugh, it was at the premiere from like Friends and Family. Dude. Our theater was silent. Although I have to say I wasn't digging it, but the theater seemed to be cool with it.
Yeah, no, there was. I mean,
do you know what I mean?
It wasn't packed, but there was. Yeah, I actually heard comments. I heard people like saying stuff. It's just.
Yeah, in fact, I felt like there were some people kind of irritated with me, like because I would involuntarily laugh.
Involuntary laugh, not at the funny parts.
Not at the funny parts. Just kind of laugh at.
You could tell the tone of the laugh wasn't.
It wasn't. I could tell
with
too.
the film,
and I was trying not to, but sometimes it would just come out of me. Ewan McGregor, and he was so good. He really is so good in Doctor Sleep. I thought he was so good in that.
Yes.
And there's been sort of a Matthew McConaughey, like he's been having a little bit of a comeback. Ewan, like I think he's got the Obi-Wan on the Disney Plus coming up.
Yes,
that project.
That's true.
I just see he just was in the follow-up to The Shining, and it's not a classic, but it's definitely a solid a worthy follow-up.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
With some really cool stitching of the classic novel with the books. I thought it was very well done. But here it was almost like, I don't know. I just didn't. He's such a good actor, and when I see someone have that hard a time delivering their lines, you just gotta wonder, like, did he have any time to work on? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
It was like, and he's supposed to be Black Masks. That's not a secret. I think that
right.
You can.
No. That's in the trailer. Well, it's in the latest trailer. It's in the last trailer right before it comes out. But.
And it's not. I'll move on from him because I'm such a fan of him. I don't want to. But like what they do with that character, Black Mask is, where do you rank him? Like, you've got that upper echelon of super criminal in the Batman universe. He's got to be second tier. He's not top tier.
No, he's definitely.
But he's top
Black Mask is
second tier.
I mean,
like top and second tier.
I would. All right. I guess if you want to talk popularity, I think he's more of a menace than the Penguin is, but he's not more popular.
Not more popular. No, he's not bigger.
No, he's not bigger.
But you take him over like the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, he's on that level. He's on that
but
level. Yes.
Higher. But yes, in that same.
Yeah, that
genus,
range.
Right.
So,
but he's
low
up.
second.
And Mr. Zaz.
But
even in the Arkham games, like, I think one of the first guys you encounter is Zaz in Arkham Asylum, and it's a short-lived moment, your encounter with him, but it's a effective one. Like, Zaz is a chilling villain, dude, and he gets kind of done dirty here.
Oh yeah, no,
as a character,
he's a side henchman in this thing
at best.
Yes,
and
that's not that smart. That's not. He really isn't that smart in this movie.
And I gotta be honest, like, when we would go out to clubs in Scottsdale, man, I'd run into dudes that had it as together as Ewan McGregor's Black Mask did. Like, he was just coked out, drugged out.
There's a great setup in the movie where that actually shows Black Mask and Victor Zsasz, actually, terrorizing people.
Yes.
Too much of it.
Yes.
It's a great scene at the beginning.
It is a very good scene.
Yes, and it sets them up, and to me, I'm just like,
chilling,
these
creepy.
guys are bad.
Yeah.
It's going to set it off. But then after that, they just go light.
They go very light.
He doesn't. I mean, yeah, They say, oh, people are scared of him off of reputation, but he doesn't do anything. I mean, honestly, I don't see any real motivation with Black Mask, short of like I want to make some more money. Except for they're chasing their MacGuffin in this movie, and Victor's ass is like his like full on his second in command, but the guy is just they just send him out for
a
coffee.
lackey.
Pretty much.
He's a lackey.
Yeah.
You've burned 2 decent second-tier characters now in whatever remains of the DCU.
Yes. Like if you,
is it the DCCU?
It's the DCEU.
DCEU.
Extended
That's right.
Universe. Yeah. If you watch the TV show Gotham, there's Victor's ass is a character in the movie. I mean, the character in the TV show. He's a lot more menacing. He's played by, I don't know if you watch this TV show Barry. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
The bald I'm brownish looking the guy that's like a criminal.
Oh, the kind of guy that's like super gay for Barry, loves Barry. Oh, he's
Zaz? He's Zaz in the Gotham TV show.
I bet he's good.
Yes, he's like he has that vibe, but he's actually scary and menacing. And then you see him actually like shoot people, kill people. You know when he shows up to a scene, people are actually in fear. If you ever watch the Gotham TV show, which my gripe is like you watch that show and it's like you need Batman right now, but they have all the villains but no Batman. But no, that Victor Zsasz is a lot more menacing, and entertaining than this guy who is literally, I mean,
again, dude, it's well cast, man. The actors involved have all done incredible work. It's just something is misfiring there, and it's not just this movie. It's been the whole thing. I'll say it, dude.
No, I won't. No, I won't. Well, I'm talking about this movie separately because the movie, the problems with this movie is not the problems I feel like with the other movies. Maybe Justice League, but the other movies, they may have their issues. Like I mean, I liked Aquaman, but I did feel like Aquaman was more. It was more predictable. I knew this was happening. This was going to happen. I predicted all this stuff. Even though it was flashy, it looked great. There was great action scenes. Sometimes the characters are funny, but to me, I just felt it was predictable. But the thing is, at least some of that stuff made sense. This thing, the motivations between the birds of prey isn't strong enough for them to become birds of prey. The motivation with Black Mask and Victor Zsasz, it's not strong enough to drive this movie.
No, it isn't. And again, I really think watching Joaquin Phoenix accept an Academy Award makes watching this movie that much more difficult because you're kind of coming in this, aftermath of watching a movie that was very well received, very well regarded. Joaquin has essentially swept, the awards. Like, to watch this movie the same night, it's just, I don't know. It just smacked weird. I gotta be honest, I checked out. There's a girl that's not interested in me that I kept checking my phone to see if she texted me. That's how invested I was. I was more invested in someone who's not interested in me.
I mean, I stayed with it because, like I said, I like
you did. That needs to be said. You did. You were the most invested of everyone.
And I'll say, my investment didn't pay off.
No, in fact, by the end, I kind of blamed you for this movie. Held you responsible.
So I'll take the blame because I was going to go see the movie anyway, and I was actually kind of excited for it, and oof.
What's the next DC coming down the pipe?
Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's right.
Which I wanted to talk about, it's like right now we are in the era of the female superhero movie because we right now we have Birds of Prey. The next one, going Marvel, we have the New Mutants, which is predominantly female, Black Widow, Wonder Woman. Those are the 4 movies that are coming out next, the beginning of 2020. I don't know if it is just because that's just how the timing came out. I know New Mutants was supposed to come out last year, so that's just thrown in.
I feel like
now.
Wonder Woman's been a little delayed too. I might be wrong about that. I just feel like I've been seeing the posters for this.
No, you have been seeing it. You have been. Every time I look at it, I'm like, 2020.
Yeah.
Why are they putting posters out?
2018.
Why are they talking? Yeah. Why are they talking about this movie? But they've kind of planned. They've had a plan that it's just taking a long time.
I think Black Widow stands to be. What's so compelling about Black Widow is now we know that she's deceased. So wherever the story goes, whatever it is already intriguing.
Yes. So yeah, we have the sense of being a nice, good Rogue One.
Yeah.
Which you kind of knew that you know how it's going to end already. So they made one of the best Star Wars movies. So now they're releasing it.
Isn't X-Men kind of and Fantastic Four kind of in development now? Is that?
Yeah. Well, the whole plan is they're going to be folding it into the MCU. And the last movie was Dark Phoenix, but this New Mutants is one of the last movies. They made this a couple years ago. They just kept pushing.
Just want to crank it out for.
And so now it's coming out, and that's technically the last movie in the whole Fox X-Men universe. Which I was like, I mean, you got they're doing a horror movie. They're doing a horror superhero movie
With New Mutants.
Yes, and
It is interesting because
the
X-Men franchise it's been problematic, but it also has been character defining. I mean, when you hear Hugh Jackman's like bare feet like in the trailer for X-Men 2 just coming down that hallway and you hear the shink of his claws, he wasn't just one of the better things about those movies. Those movies were X-Men 1 and 2 are classics.
Yeah.
But that was a star-making role for him. Like,
yes.
Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad is, I'm not saying this, I'm making the argument. She's just the best thing about a failed film. Like, which isn't the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, yes.
It's almost like, why even do this? Tell me this, man. If you're an executive, you're at Warner Brothers, you're at DC, Joaquin Phoenix has just won an Academy Award. Joker's just been nominated for Best Picture. You've got this entire fractured DCEU. What do you do?
If you're talking about me being an executive?
I'm talking about you. I'm giving you, Chris, these
as
pieces.
As an executive.
Birds of Prey just come out. What's your next move?
By
the way, if you gave me the Birds of Prey and the character, I'd run with that hyena, dude. That I'd make a Madagascar comedy about him trying to get back to his, be kind of live action, but kind of like the Lion King remake.
Hey, the hyena was robbed. Just so you know, the hyena was robbed of screen time.
It was. The hyena's all right.
Hyena was unnecessary.
Let's put it this way. In my opinion, in this viewer's opinion, the hyena is to this Harley Quinn movie what Harley Quinn was to Suicide Squad. The best thing. But yeah, man, if you're in charge of the DCU, what do you?
I think an executive right now is going to be looking at Joaquin Phoenix. We're going to do a Joker too. That's what executive would think.
Are you thinking about Rob Pattinson? Are you thinking about this Batman movie they're doing? Are you thinking about how you can maybe get a Pattinson Phoenix?
Me actually, as the executive, I'm still up in the air about it because I don't know. I don't believe that this Joker, off this one Joker movie, is ready to fight Batman. Joaquin Phoenix Joker is the origin of his psychosis.
He's not really set his eyes on crime yet. He's just sort of come into his own.
But you can see where it's going. You can kind of see all of a sudden everyone's liking him, and he's actually getting attention from being this crazy crime person breaking the law.
You see that influence he's able to have on others, where you could believe that he could kind of have his own, mob, so to speak. He could be a crime boss, so to speak. Like he could really, influence and.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't think right now. I think there would need to be a movie in between that before he's ready to fight Batman. but too,
you're saying that, but this is what I'm getting at is, there's just something about the DCEU that feels like grasping at straws. It does, and to me, it's like what they had right about the Joker movie is they let it just be its own thing. And that's what they were doing before Marvel came in and rolled out the MCU.
Oh, yeah.
That, I think, has thrown DC off. Warner Brothers off. Like, they were better off making standalone. Give Nolan the keys for a little bit. Let him make 3 movies.
Yeah.
He's going to make 2 amazing ones and another one that...
Another one for the check.
Born in the darkness. Raised by...
I'm here with Bane.
I remember the first time I saw that movie, and he's talking to that football stadium. He's got the mask on, and he's holding up a microphone to the mask, and so it was like double distorted.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to make a sketch where it was him talking, and I was just going to cut to like you in the audience, in the football stadium, like listening, going like, "What?" Like, I want to do whatever you're saying. Clearly, you mean business. I can't understand. Oh, ridiculous.
Yeah, the problem I feel like with the I don't think Joaquin Phoenix will come back for it, or
that's right, because he hasn't really indicated much interest in doing that as far as I know.
Right.
Is that right?
Not that I know of. Yeah, I mean they've obviously pitched the idea to the director. Why I can't think of why am I
Todd
Phillips.
Yeah.
Yes, Todd Phillips. We pitched the idea to him, but we'll see how it goes. But the thing is, yes, you're right, because they did collapse the DC. The DCEU is not like consistent anymore. They're making standalone things. This new Batman is supposed to be separate from the DCEU. He's not supposed to. Overall, I feel like Birds of Prey. I wouldn't give it 80%. So.
You wouldn't give it 80? Not. Why don't you tell them what you would? Why don't you say publicly what you would give it? I had the courage to say the dude next to me gave it a D-. Yeah. I had that much courage.
The courage.
I'm not willing to stick my own neck out. But no one wants to say F because it doesn't deserve an F.
I don't think it deserves an F either.
C? Are you going to give it a C?
I would give it a C-.
Are you serious? If you have a way of getting people to weigh in on that opinion, I would... make a hot button.
Yes, look at the comments below.
Look at the comments below, but seriously, the comments below needs to be, this is the point, C-, above or below. I say below. I do say below.
So D+, you say? Solid D? You're like...
Dude, honestly...
You're surfing on top of the F?
I'm just afraid I'm surfing on top of the F. The thing is, like the production. There's a lot of things. I really do think that anytime a movie gets made and makes it in the theater at all, it's kind of a miracle. It's just there's so many moving parts. It's so difficult.
Yes.
So like that needs to be acknowledged. But so the production value, the actors involved, they are good, and there was a lot that just a baseline did work. So you can't say it wasn't.
Yeah. I did enjoy Margaret's portrayal of Harley Quinn.
You did.
I did enjoy her character's portrayal. I do think that, unfortunately, it's supposed to be a Birds of Prey movie, and the Birds of Prey were, barely second tier. The story wasn't there. It was just we were getting a glimpse of
I'm going to right now see if I can come up with a better story. Then waiting for a girl to pass a dime.
Yeah. No, it's all. On top of the story, the character motivations were all weak, except for Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was just going with the flow. She broke with Jay. She was very reactionary, and how she showed her grief.
I think
which I feel would be true. It makes sense. Yeah.
All Birds of Prey really does is eliminate Zaz and Black Mask as potential villains moving forward when you're burning them out. I'd want to see like a Harley Quinn version of Hustlers, where Harley Quinn's just like hustling, taking down fools, like seducing men, like taking advantage, swindling, just running her own racket.
Okay,
make it more of a Hustlers or even like an hybrid Oceans movie. Give her she had nothing to do. Chris might say it was a C, but he didn't stick around to see if there were any scenes after the credits.
I did actually.
Oh, that is what you were doing in there.
I stayed there.
Anything?
There wasn't a scene, but there was some.
Well, will you not tell me what it is? Will you just tell me and then we'll edit it out?
Yeah, it was. It was mainly.
I don't know. I just think It's so weird to think that there was a time when Ben Affleck being cast as Batman was the biggest problem. Because he ended up not being.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the better parts of Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
So I'm not the biggest fan of Birds of Prey, and if you go see it and you are disappointed, it's your own damn fault. I told you.
Can I give my take?
Yes, please.
There is no way that you won't go see Birds of Prey. The same way Chris went and saw it, and the same way I saw it, you will go see this movie. I wish I could say that something like, hey, just temper your expectations and you'll be fine. You won't. It isn't. It unfortunately is a movie you have to see that is not worth seeing. That's the truth.
All right. Hey, guys, we're going to head out of here. This is Chris, the Film School Dropout with Capes Eat Free. This is the movie review of
Birds of Prey.
I'm here with Anonymous.
Well, I'll have a name soon enough.
He'll have a name soon enough. You can suggest in the comments below.
Yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I want something juicy.
Yeah, so you heard his voice. You think what he sounds like. What kind of bird of prey do you think he sounds like?
No, maybe not bird of prey,
but yes, we are out. KFC free. Come click on, say a comment, say you like it, subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Been at the movies with Birds of Prey.